Hi everybody, I'm meteorologist Joe Thompson from the NBC 24 Weather Center with a quick Tuesday update to your forecast. We're kind of monitoring two areas of low pressure. The first one's in the upper Midwest. It's what brought a little bit in the way of some light rain as we went through the day on Tuesday, which was exceptionally warm. We made it up into the low to mid 50s for high temperatures all across the area. But our focus now is shifting to this area of low pressure, currently making its way through the Gulf states as of Tuesday evening. This low pressure center will trek north and move into the Ohio Valley, and as it does so, it's expected to intensify. The area of low pressure will become lower, and that's actually going to be bad news for us because once it gets up to here, it's really going to help crank up the winds, which are going to be a significant factor as we head into our Christmas Eve night. It's also going to bring that big blob of wet stuff you saw down there too. We're already starting to see the leading edge of that next round of rain making its way up into portions of Tennessee and Kentucky. Will continue trekking its way northward into our area as we go through the overnight and into our Christmas Eve on Wednesday. So it's going to be a warm Christmas Eve, but also going to be wet at times. Can't even rule out chances for a few thunderstorms. Now, I'm not expecting an entire washout though, because you kind of see this little gap right here in the showers. A little bit of dry air is getting wrapped into the system. This is what we call the dry slot, and it might actually make its way into our area. So I think the really heavy, steadiest rains will actually move east. We'll just see some off and on showers and maybe a couple of thunderstorms as we go through our Christmas Eve on Wednesday. In fact, let's break down the timing of that rain on our TrueView model forecast. Just a few spotty showers as we go through Tuesday evening. Some steadier bands of rain starting to work in after midnight and continuing into our Wednesday morning. And we also expect those to continue as we work our way into Wednesday afternoon as well. Some models hinting at maybe a line of thunderstorms developing by late Wednesday afternoon. And if that does develop, there is an outside risk. A couple of those thunderstorms may briefly become severe in nature. And the main threat will be some very strong, powerful winds coming out of those storms. But even if we don't get the thunderstorms, the winds will definitely be a factor as we work our way into Wednesday evening. Colder air starts to wrap into the system as we go into Wednesday night, changing over to some snow in western Michigan and northern Indiana. But you can see not much going on here in northwest Ohio and southeast Michigan. We may mix in a few snowflakes with some raindrops, but not really expecting much, if any, accumulation as we go towards our Christmas morning. The only place that may get a little bit of a white Christmas is Hillsdale County and maybe extreme western Williams County. But the rest of us don't really have any shot at all. So maybe some snowflakes, but not expecting accumulation. And most of this starts to wrap up by the time we get to Christmas morning. We may still see a few lingering rain and snow showers out there, but by 9, 10 a.m., we're done with the rains for our area or the precipitation for our area, and we're expecting dry conditions through the rest of our Christmas day. Now, the other big factor are the winds. We're going to time out the winds for you here. Not much going on for Tuesday night. As we go into Wednesday morning, we'll start to notice a little bit of a breeze. It'll be out of the northeast at this point, around 10, 15 miles per hour at times, slowly increasing up to around 15, 20 miles per hour with those winds changing back to the south, southwest as we go into Wednesday afternoon. It's going to keep things very warm once again for the day Wednesday. As we go into Wednesday evening, this is the most concerning time, right around supper time and to around 7, 8, 9 p.m. These are sustained winds. They'll be out of the southwest, eventually changing to the west, and could be sustained between 30 and 35 miles per hour with gusts between 40 and 50 miles per hour. So if you're traveling on any north-south roadways, hang on to that steering wheel. There's going to be some very strong crosswinds as we go through Wednesday evening. Also make sure any loose items in your yard are either put away or securely tied down, especially those Christmas decorations, because these winds will have a field day with most decorations with how strong we're expecting them to be. We're going to keep things pretty windy as we go through the rest of the overnight. They'll ease up a little bit. We'll get rid of the really strong gusts by the time we get to midnight, but still sustained winds between 20 and 30 miles per hour expected through the rest of the overnight, and slowly diminishing back between 15 and 20 miles per hour as we go into Christmas Day. But it will stay blustery for the holiday as well. So get ready. It is not going to be a silent night Christmas Eve because of those howling winds. Off and on showers as we go through the rest of our Tuesday night. We're going to keep things pretty mild with temperatures staying above 40 degrees. Might be a little bit cooler though by the lake with those winds out of the northeast. So water temperatures are in the mid 30s in western Lake Erie. So if you live right along the shore, it might be a little cooler overnight. A very warm Christmas Eve day on tap, temperatures in the mid to upper 50s with scattered rain and again maybe a couple of thunderstorms as those winds start to increase. And again, it's the evening hours that we're really tracking that could be the most perilous for us when we could see those gusts as high as 50 miles per hour out of the westerly direction. It'll be cool as we go into our Christmas Day, back into the 30s. We do rebound pretty nicely, though, as we head into Friday and Saturday, back into the 40s. And then we expect another Arctic outbreak of air as we head towards the new year. It could be a cold finish to 2014. So that's your latest forecast. And again, we'll be monitoring the situation with those strong winds as we go through Christmas Eve and Christmas Eve night.